Hey, what is up? I have been talking about healers for a bit, so I'm going to share what my healers are and why do I use the plural. Um, I believe in situational heals, so I have different builds for different occasions. They're pretty much all healers though, or some sort of support. If you ever played Lineage 2 before, there are classes called Enchanters. They're in every MMO really, but it focuses on buffs and support heals and some damage. So that is what I like to do. I'm not a fan of like one healer in a group and they heal everyone, and if they go, like the whole party's gonna die. Like I think that's just too much stress. Like why do we do that? Like the name of the game is sustain. Like you need to live longer, you need to survive longer, you need to have more survival skills for your party. So the group that I run with, we have a Templar, which is a sword and shield and wand, and he'll hold his clay salvation for like shit hits the fan moments, and like I don't have my group heal. He does the group heal. If like three people are down, or more than three people are down, and I can't get them up with some swift heals and shields, he'll do a group heal, the clay salvation. So that's just an example, right? Also, I may not queue as healer if I go into a dungeon. Maybe I'll queue as damage, but I do extra shields and I keep swift heal on my bar, but the rest of it's all damage. I'll go through and I'll show some examples. So, if I'm in like a small scale PvP, if I'm at some world bosses, I roll with this. This is a mixture of 2-piece Ascended, 2-piece Shock Commander. This is so that I have 1,000 melee endurance, I have some magic endurance, and I have 830 ranged. I don't want to be flashed wave to death, so that's what I'm building. It has 19,000 health, it has 14k mana. Now notice this, cooldown speed, right? 42%. I just almost break even with mana cost efficiency. I'm using my staff as the main weapon because it gives cooldown speed, it gives mana cost efficiency and hit chance. Hit chance not so important right now, but it's some. Now if I switch to wand, I lose that hit chance, I lose cooldown speed, and I lose mana cost efficiency. So I prefer to have the staff out as the main weapon. Um, Now you gain, I believe, your passives that you have equipped when you go to use a skill. So for example, if I'm here and I'm using my staff's out, right? Here, my staff's out. When I go to heal, notice I switch to my wand for a moment and then I switch back. So you gain all like the devotion and emptiness when you switch, right? So I've done hundreds of sitting here and just watching myself heal with different weapons, the wand and the staff, and it's like the same every time. So let me swap, right? It's going to be anywhere between 3 to 5k. All right. So, um, I prefer to go with this when I'm healing essentially, especially if I have heavy armor on. Like I want to get as much cooldown as possible. It's very important. Right now I am, you can see I'm standing in the entrance of a dimensional because I wanted to show you some stuff at nighttime. Let me switch to, I have another build that is specifically for heal power. I have Excavator and I have Staff of Lucid Light. Right? I have 4-piece Ascended. I have Arcane Shadow Shoes, Thunderstorm Necklace, Dark Seraph, Sapphire Dimensional for rings, Belt of Bloodlust. You can see all this on the quest log I'll link below, so I'm not going to go over it too much, right? I have 19,000 mana. I can get over 17k HP, but I don't quite have those runes yet. Like, what am I running? This one is max mana. This is probably max mana as well. No, this is magic evasion. I don't even think I have enough. But I'm building in to get more. Now that I have 19,000 mana, I'm trying to get more health. I believe on my quest log, let me just take a quick look at my heal power build. On my quest log, I have 17,000 health and 20,000 mana. That's a lot of heal power. Now, I do this mostly in dimensionals when it's nighttime because I want more heal power. Standing here, I have 102% heal power at night, 143% heal power at night. That's huge. That is huge. Some people are in here with like 50% heal power, some 60%, which is like a joke. So I'm healing like this at night, which is pretty nice. Now let me get out of here, right? Let's get out of this place. Sunlight. Okay. So out here, I'm healing for quite a bit more, right? Now if I go into a group, I have multiple skill builds, right? This is mainly for arena. I got some mana burn, I got burning time, and I got heal cut. This one here is if I'm going in and I have my my friend who's a Templar for the group, right? So if my group is not squishy as hell, I'm not gonna take group heal. I actually take Janice's Rage in order to get faster damage on whatever target we're killing, a boss, right? So if we have 2 deadly markers or more, stable would be 3. In a group, we're always going to have high focus up. In fact, the cooldown is up before the buff is done. I have Janus Rage, right, which gives 5% base, 6% base damage, and then I'll buff this on someone, and it's up almost all the time. So it gives max damage plus 92. That's actually like really nice. These stats also help for heals, the base damage, because I mean all your heals are based off of base damage. So if you boost your base damage, you're going to be boosting your heals essentially. That being said, so this is for party, right? I do some damage, I do buffs, I do debuffs to the boss, so we all do more damage, right? A lot of people are just like markers, 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 one healer, one tank. I am not a fan of that. I like to have variety. What I've learned in other NCSoft games, Lineage 2, if you have a variety of classes, they each contribute something to the group. Alright? So instead of having all the markers, you can get rid of one of the markers. You can have high focus up all the time, which also gives cooldown and movement speed. And then you'll always have base damage up. Alright, this is up for 10 seconds, and with all the markers, I think it's like a 16-second cooldown. It's, you know, kind of nice. So now that I have a cooldown timer, I don't think I can switch. Let's just chill here for a few seconds. Okay, and with that ending, what else we got? So this is if I queue as damage, I'm always going to be helping support my group regardless. So I'll always have high focus up, I'll have Janus Rage up, and if we need emergency heals, I can do that as well. I pair so I do different combos of different things. So if I need the heal power in there but I want to do some support stuff, I will still use this one for for some support damage and buffs, but it's mainly because I want heal power. If I want to have a good buff duration, I go to my my buff duration build, and this build gives you 60% buff duration. So this would be like the best option for doing party buffs. Look how long this lasts. 20 seconds and 10 seconds. Like, it's just beautiful. Alright, now I gotta wait for those skills to wear off. La-di-da. See if I can switch this. So what else we got? We have, as I showed you the PvP, right? I showed you PVE staff one. So if I'm doing all the damage skills, I'll actually switch to this build. So I have the Liquaris for the buff duration one, right? Oh my gosh, come on, cooldowns. So I use the Tubelix and the Excavator for this one. 50 strength, 60 dexterity. I have 833 magic crit hit chance, and I sacrifice on the perception and the wisdom, but my cooldown speed's like really good anyway, so I'm not too worried about the perception and wisdom. Especially if I'm in a party where, like, say we're doing AoE damage, like farming at Saradoma Island, right? Like, we kill everything in like one cycle, and I don't need to worry about doing so many skills. I'll use like burning smoke screen, and I'll put an area and burn everything, and then just do lightning. Everything's dead, you know. So I don't really have to worry about cooldowns. And in boss parties, they'll of course be markers usually, and I don't have to worry about it anyway. Um, so this is like a step above the support build here. This is still healing generally, and I could lose this and do Clay's Salvation if I need party heals, right? So this is a healer. I could change this to be shield. I have a Discord pop up. Come on, go away. So if I'm actually going to be the healer of the group, switch that to heal, switch this to be a shield, et voila, healer, right? If I'm going to be an enchanter, I switch these to be buffs, and I find that to be better. What is going on with this overlay? Let me just close Discord. All right. So that's DPS, right, for healer. Then I have my wand staff, which is all damage. But I do have vampiric on here, so I'm doing damage, but I can save people by, you know, giving people health based off of my damage that I'm doing, and buffing. What else? That's pretty much it. I do have, of course, my wand bow build. Every healer should have one. I do this mainly in like huge Zergfest PvP, like sieges or tax events, because I want to be pretty far away from the fight. I just want to like throw distance heals, throw heal overtimes, and of course we need tornadoes. So I have this one for large scale. Has 1,000 melee endurance, 680 range, and 520 magic. I needed to use the Clasp of Conqueror to hit 70 strength here, so I did do this during the last siege actually. I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna run around an Ascended set. I was a paper healer. I I didn't really like. Well, let me show you the stats I did. So I had 60, 30, 40, and 36. So this is what I ran in the last siege. Am I missing something here? I feel like I'm missing something. Got my melee, got my ranged, got my magic. Oh yeah, so this is mainly melee and magic. I don't have too much ranged, but I was pretty much being hit by melee and magic. I wasn't standing in the flash waves. But yeah. So I have these two. It's very situational. I'll either go heavy, or I will go robe. I have two-piece of the Ascendant and two-piece of the Shot Commander. But if, say, there's a lot more archers, then I will switch this out for this. Am I doing this right? Ranged 840, and yeah, that's all I can do. I would just adjust this to be 40 perception again. I would try not to go below 30 cooldown speed ever. Um, so 30 cooldown speed is the minimum. 40 cooldown speed is ideal. 50% cooldown speed and beyond is when you start seeing like diminishing returns on what you get for actual your heals. So for example, got my PVE robe set right here. So I have 49% cooldown speed, and let's see my swift heal. Let me switch to the correct build. I'll do like my PvP one, which is where, here we go. So swift healing, 7.2 seconds, 5 seconds, right? So I shaved off 2 seconds. I'm at like 90. Oh, I'm at 100% cooldown speed, right? For my PvP, I do like to do single, like to buff myself high focus to get more run speed and um, more heal power with the base damage. So why do I like doing this class over bow? Mobility is amazing. Let me give you an example. Let's go to Vanta Village, just like right there. Alright, let's go get some privacy. Can I go up this way? Yeah. So we're gonna just fly around the back and get our own training dummies. I don't know if you guys knew this was over here. So you don't get bothered by other people. Alright. So, if I am in a smaller scale fight, like 40v40, right, and my group's getting jumped, I would, like, I see everyone's health dropping, and I'm like, oh gosh, like an oh shit moment. That would be my reaction to that, and I would probably save my group. Alright. I can also, like, if shit's hitting the fan and someone's getting beat up or I'm getting jumped, I have the set to bind and icy mire, so their evasions are lowered. I have another bind there, right? And like this stuff is back up already. It's so amazing. I just love that. My cooldown speed is incredible. I think cooldown speed is where it's at. It's a little more forgiving if you you know, use an extra heal and you're like, oh no, everything's on cooldown. It's not like 10 seconds like a lot of people have. It's 10 seconds is you're gonna die. I feel the difference when I go from 7 to 8 seconds. I'm like, oh, I could have saved someone, you know. So there's that, right? But now, if I'm in, say, a more spread out scenario, it's maybe a little more chaotic, like a world PvP boss, I will actually switch out Karmic Haze for Salvation Chain with, give me a second here, brain farting. Alright, here. I'll actually do Jumping Chain. So, if I need to get to my party member, right? So, I would jump in. Well, if I actually do this right, it's not considered. I have to have someone that's friendly target. Okay, so I would like do one flash. I would tether to them, to this. I would jump to them. I would do a shield, and I would get out. Right? I can heal from a distance. I can, of course, I can't heal that person, or I'm healing them, whatever. But it's a lot more like directional. So a tank is about to jump on me, right? Get out of there. I can change directions again. I need to get to my party, right? So it's just a lot more mobile, um, than like I'm just running around with my bow going like, oh my god, if only I can reach them. You know, like I could reach them. So I feel like everything has its situation. Like in Siege, I don't want to be point blank. I want to be far away, throwing a flash wave, throwing a nature's blessing to the people around me, like, you know, keeping heal over times up. But like, this is a lot more fun in my opinion. The just this pure CC potential and the mobility. Um, Also the fact that you can hit so much mana and have so much heal power is just so fun. All right, so that's what I got. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm just trying to say like there are multiple ways you can build something. Have at it. Have fun with what you can do. Um, what are your heal builds? Like, what do you specialize in? Do you go enchanter? Like, what type of healer are you? I'm interested also in people that still do damage builds that are staff wand. Do you do it for longevity, sustain because of vampiric, or like is it just that what you do? Um, yeah. I mean, I also have I didn't mention this, but I also do have a staff bow build. It's a machine gun build, like so much cooldown. Um, it's a lot of fun, but I'm trying to level up my wand, so I'm back at this build. All right. Um, Thanks for watching.